Hi students, I'm Kashish Munshi, and in this lecture we will discuss one of the grammar topic, and it's adjective. The topic is adjectives. So students, I guess you all are aware about parts of speech and what do you mean by parts of speech. So there are 8 parts of speech, and in that comes adjective as well. So in today's lecture we will see what actually is adjective, and let's start. So adjectives are basically the words that describes nouns and pronouns. And adjectives are the words that describe the qualities or states of being of noun, such as fast, fun, enormous, or you can say old, cheerful, and so on. They can also describe the quantity of nouns such as many, few, millions, 11, etc. etc. Basically, adjectives are the modifiers and they modify noun or pronoun, and this means they change the image of a noun and pronoun. Image in the sense they give you an extra information about noun or a pronoun that is mentioned in the sentence. And adjectives can be located by asking the questions, like in order to find out the adjectives you can ask 4 questions, that is what kind, which one, how much, and how many. So most students learn that adjectives are words that modify or describe nouns. Adjectives do so, and adjectives do not only modify nouns and pronouns but also adverbs and other adjectives. And one more thing that you need to remember, students, like adjective usually comes directly before the noun or pronoun it describes or modifies, as they say, or an adjective can come even after the noun, and sometimes adjectives comes immediately after the noun. So let's see. For example, see, picture a car in your mind. If I tell you a car, so what car? Any car. Like if I tell you just car, so obviously you will get an image in your mind of a car, and it could be any car, black, blue, white, yellow, gray, any car, right? But if I tell you a red color car, now what do you get in your mind? A red car. Exactly. So car here is a noun, and if I tell you car, the car comes in your mind. But if I tell you red car, then red car will come to your mind, and here the red is an adjective as it gives you a more detail about noun, and noun here is car. Then now make it fast. If I tell you the car is very fast, so if I tell you car, it will be car. If I tell you car is very fast, you will get in a mind a car which is running very fast. So fast here is an adjective. Then now make it old-fashioned. If I tell you old-fashioned car, like Ambassador, or kind of a car that was like in trend 10 to 20 years back, so you will get an old-fashioned car in your mind. So old-fashioned car becomes your old-fashioned becomes your adjective. Then I tell you broken, on a car which needs to be repaired or which has some faulty parts. So if I tell you a broken car, so now broken becomes an adjective and it's describing about the car. I'm talking about a car, but which car I'm talking about? A car which is broken. Now make it green. Now if I said, like if I told you a car, then car came to your mind. Then I made that car turn into red, and I told you red car, so red car came into your mind. Now if I tell you green car, so now green car come in your mind, and here the green is an adjective as it's describing the car. So an adjective describes a noun or a pronoun, and if you need to know what is an adjective answers the question what kind, which one, and how many. For example, see, happy dog. Now noun, dog is a noun. But how is the dog? Dog is happy. If I tell you tired boy, now boy is a noun. It's a common noun, but how is the boy feeling, or how is like boy? So boy is tired. So tired becomes an adjective. How many? 7 girls. Okay. So 7 becomes your adjective as it gives you the detail about the girls. So how many girls are present? For example, how many girls are there in your class? So there are 7 girls in my class. So this way, adjective describes noun or pronoun in detail and give you much more information about a noun or a pronoun that is present in your sentence. So, how to find an adjective? So, to find an adjective, first you need to locate the noun in the given sentence. For example, 3 happy children played at the park. Now 3 happy children played at the park. So first you need to underline the noun. So in this sentence we can see children and park, the park. These are the nouns. And like what describes children? So what is an extra information about the children given in the sentence? So the children are happy. So happy becomes your adjective. And played at the park. Now do you find any other information related to park? No. So there is no other adjective. There is only one adjective present, and that is happy. If the sentence would have been like 3 happy children played at a big park. So at the big park. So it becomes, the big would have been your adjective as it would have described the park. How is the park? The park is big. But here there is no adjective that describes a park. So only the adjective that is present in the sentence is happy, and it's describing about the children. Now, the donkey stepped on my large hat. Now again you need to first identify the nouns. So the noun is donkey and hat. Now do you find any information about donkey? How is the donkey? Anything related to donkey? Any description of donkey? No. Then hat. Do you find any information about hat in the given sentence? Yes, the hat is large. So your large becomes an adjective. So in order to find and locate adjective in a sentence, you need to first find nouns. And once you get noun, then you need to see what are the other informations that are given related to noun. And then you can easily identify adjective. Okay, now let's practice. Can you find the adjective? See, first find a noun and then go for the adjective. We saw the grey elephant at the zoo. Now underline the nouns first. The noun is elephant and zoo. Now how was the elephant? Any other more information about elephant? So yes, the elephant was grey in color. So then ask what word describes the elephant. So the color grey actually describes elephant, that the elephant was grey in color. So grey becomes your adjective. Then the rabbit followed the slow turtle. Now first find out the nouns. So the noun is the rabbit and turtle. Now then ask what word describes the turtle and the rabbit. So for rabbit we do not find any word. For turtle we find the word, and the word is slow, as the turtle was slow. So slow becomes your adjective. Then can you find adjective again? He found 2 pennies on the ground. Now first find out the noun. So pennies and ground, these are the noun. And then ask what word describes the pennies. Then what is the word that describes the pennies? How many pennies, or how was the penny? So 2 pennies. So here 2 becomes your adjective. Then the children heard the loud bell. Now underline the noun first. Children and bell. Then ask what word describes a noun here. So the children, there is no word for children. If it would have been like the small children heard the loud bell. So the small would have been the descriptive word that that can be used for like that is used for children in the sentence, but here there is no descriptive words used for children. And then go to bell. Do you find any word that is related to bell, or any word that describes bell? How was the bell? Anything? So yes, the bell was loud. So here loud becomes your adjective. Then the brown dog growled at the tall man. Now again, identify the noun first. So the dog and the man is your noun. Now you can see here we get to know something more about dog and man in this sentence. So how was the dog? How is the dog? The dog is brown in color. And how's the man? The man is tall. So the words that describes the dog and the man is your adjective, and here the dog is brown in color, so brown becomes your adjective, and the man is tall, so tall becomes your adjective. So in this way you can easily identify the adjective in a sentence. What you need to do first is you need to identify the noun and then see the words that gives you more information about the noun in the sentence, and that becomes your adjective. So adjective is basically a word that gives more information about noun and pronoun, or you can say that describes noun and pronoun, or modify noun and pronoun. For example, if I say man, then man is a noun, but if I tell you old man, then old becomes an adjective. If I tell you coat, coat is a noun, but if I tell you green coat, then it becomes an adjective. Green becomes an adjective. If I tell you girl, so girl is a noun, but if I tell you cheerful girl, so how is a girl? The girl is very cheerful, so cheerful becomes an adjective. So in this way you can adjective can come directly before the noun or pronoun it describes, or it can come after the noun and pronoun. For example, Jack is very smart. Now Jack, how is the Jack? Jack is very smart. So you can see Jack comes at the beginning of the sentence, and Jack is a noun. But how is Jack? Jack is very smart. So smart is an adjective as it's describing about Jack, and it comes at the end of the sentence. So in this way an adjective can come even after the noun, and sometimes adjective comes immediately after a noun. For example, the princess, the princess royal, or you can say the best seats available. So in this way, and adjective are most common adjective come also with pronoun. For example, someone, something interesting, or someone interesting, or those present in the room. So here the those present in the room, so present here is an adjective, and in this way it goes. So here I gave you the description of what actually adjective is, or what do you mean by an adjective. So the only thing that you for now keep related to adjective that you need to keep in mind is adjective is something that gives you more information about noun in the sentence, and adjective is one of the parts of speech that makes the sentence complete and that gives you detail about a noun. Students, there are many types of adjectives and you have a chapter on this. So in this lecture I gave you a description of what actually adjective is, and in next lecture we'll start with the types of adjectives. So I hope you all are clear with what actually adjective is, and when you read books, or when you go through the newspaper, or when you read any book or any text, just try to identify the words that give you the more information about noun, and obviously that word is an adjective, and underline those words and then try to make use of those sentences. So that's it for today, and in our next lecture we'll begin with the types of adjectives. Bye, take care.